Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching How to Get Away with Murder, Season 6, Episode 7, I'm the Murderer. Very ominous title. Hopefully it's like a client talking and not any of them, but if it's in the flash forward that would be quite exciting. I'm so ready for this show, I don't want to wait any longer, let's go. I'm scared about this guy.
It's 2 through 5 being on the phone.
Bad idea, Gabriel. Very bad idea.
Of Sam to a battle for Milady's. That's the
Have they got like a security camera?
Try to kidnap one of us again, we'll have it all on
Oh dear. I hate how nervous they have to be.
Babs, sit in and focus until exams are over.
I feel like we've heard that before.
Yes, we really have.
Annoying things that go along with that.
Oh dear, who's in her flat?
In-laws.
Someone breaking in? Does she have a gun? Why does everyone have a gun? America.
This is my Airbnb. So sorry.
Scaring her.
What the hell is going on?
Does that just show how jumpy she is? I guess it does. Or is it the Castillo's trying to mess with her?
Professor King, why is this 2L leading our class?
He's first.
Asher, just calm down.
Miss Pratt, why don't you come give me a hand?
Little boys. So it's been a month. Explains Frank's healing.
You're gonna let him get away with this?
I am Jack.
Connor, don't stir the pot.
Lock away the offender for life. There are other ways.
Murder, I think you should. Because they took a life.
It's tragedy. Move on and heal.
What did he do?
Illegally brought a gun to his school. Why does he deserve a more cushy trial than any of our other clients?
Probably because he's president and everyone tells him that he should have a gun in his school.
Do you want to help the people you hurt?
This is a really complex thing. I don't know what I feel about. I think there are some cases where restorative justice definitely works, and there's others where it doesn't.
I don't think you deserve 25 years for an accident.
I do.
Someone's dead.
You can teach people. Take this tragedy.
This is probably a case that I could see a path for restorative justice. Gabriel is correct. But there are some cases where I don't know that I agree.
We're going.
I never said that. Now, how do we persuade Mr. Millstone? Meet me at my office at 2. We'll leave from there.
Is he doing that because he genuinely believes it or because he's stolen something from Gabriel? Boys. I do like the concept of restorative justice. I don't know how practical it would be in the long run, but in a lot of cases it would be good.
You're naming the governor?
She ordered the hit.
Poking the bear really super hard.
Out things that none of us want.
Does Tegan know? Yes.
More violence today.
Okay.
But you know that they won't just strike back against you. Nate, you need to think.
Thought that Miller was innocent.
Told you this would happen.
Tell Nate he's not. I mean, tell Nate he is, sorry.
I need Bad Frank for this.
This is
Is
so
he ready?
shady, it could backfire in so many ways.
Drug use.
This is really blackmailing the
Died
grandparents.
of a heart attack.
They really don't have a choice.
Michaela, how bad do you want this?
Look, Asher, if Michaela ends up with either of you after this boyish display, yeah.
Like magical fairy dust.
Surprised?
I asked him to entertain me.
Oh goodness.
I want to be entertained.
You already have 2 dudes. Eyes off mine.
Michaela wanted to study and Connor is studying very hard.
Just thought this was it.
It's hard because if they all
Mr. G holding a gun.
thought it was a school shooting,
Mr. G got the brunt of it for some reason, though.
was he bullying Ryan?
Sorry, David.
This is still turning into a trial of Ryan and a pity party for him.
I think Miss Maloney might need a recess.
Ooh, what does she have to tell them?
Show everyone on his phone.
Ooh.
David would have lost his job, and Ryan knew that.
Ooh, so now it looks like
Target me.
he was murdering him.
That's why David shot him. So no one would find out.
Ooh, this has cast a new spin on the trial. Making it look far more like cold-blooded murder and far less like a terrible accident.
I don't think it's why I did it.
Subconsciously, maybe it is.
Who knows? Maybe there's just some part of me.
This is why restorative stuff is really messy, because it's just... There is no perfect answer, really, I feel like, with the legal system. The way it works now does not work, but I don't know if this is too far the other way.
You think everyone's gay? Me? Sure. There's that arrogance.
Guilty than us? And we're not in jail.
You're being
We're sitting
filmed,
here
Asher.
Eating cookies
And you are the only one here who cold-bloodedly murdered someone.
to talk and heal. We
You're
never
being
talked about
filmed,
anything.
Asher.
I still don't even know what you all did exactly to Sam.
Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go upstairs to sleep.
Filmed. Cameras everywhere.
This is why I need you.
You have to respect her.
That's my girl.
Asher, you're gross. Please don't end up with Asher, Michaela. He's reverted back to like season 1 Asher almost.
Be pissed if you don't respect my wishes.
What happened?
She kissed Asher and more. What's he done to scare?
Do I need me to say it?
I told you so.
Cora and tell her
Don't.
It's me scaring
they
you.
could kill her, Annalise.
This is so messed up. I get why, but
Laurel?
he's had an epiphany recently.
I'm not talking about Laurel. Honey? No. It's not your call.
Get your approval this time.
You don't have it and you never will.
Bonnie's murdered a few people. She can take it. She's also had a really horrible, hard life.
Hard to stay alive. We're just gonna die alone.
That's going to push Annalise to go on her second date. Sorry, her 6th date.
To the 18th date or whatever.
In person.
You did it, Annalise. He seems nice. He'll probably die.
Only piece of her I had left.
You weren't doing a particularly good
I
job of raising
understand.
him.
Baby boy to a hit and run.
Did he not know that? She has a messed up relationship with Gabriel.
No.
That was when he came to see you.
Okay.
What the Bible says
God.
that we should forgive our
Sorry,
trespasses.
used myself.
Thank God for taking my daughter from this world.
God also took your son because he gave him, you know, he let him do this free will and everything.
Listen to these kids tell those lies about my
Trouble is with troublesome parents is having worked in a school that the parents of kids that are genuinely hurting other kids come into school and say, oh no, my baby's being bullied. They would never.
You're the adult.
I mean, he should not have shot Ryan, but she wasn't a particularly good parent to him.
It's your job to help that child.
And yours.
That is my only wish.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. I think this kind of thing is good. It's good to get all of the feelings and emotions out, but at the end of the day, he murdered someone. Maybe wait till after his case. Anyone else could have come to deliver that news. Michaela cheats on everyone. It's kind of a thing. So did she cheat on her first? I don't think she did. On her fiancé.
Do you accept this plea?
He does. And it's kind of fair, let's be honest. He murdered someone.
Recall that it even happened.
It's
Because of
true.
you.
He still murdered someone. Oh no, please don't be
I don't
children.
care. It actually means that your
Asher!
are absolutely not real.
You don't know
Shut
I
up.
know she deserves better than you.
Literally little boys. You could both get kicked out of law school for this, surely. Yes. I agree, Connor. They're idiots. And you put myself on the end of the table, that's weird.
This is Michaela Pratt.
Michaela, don't end up with either of them.
At least no one got arrested.
Not the point.
Just blacked out and came to when everything was over.
Doesn't sound healthy.
No.
Any of us are healthy.
Sure. Hi, champ.
I want to share with you.
I
We're
sweet.
not ready for this.
What about letting someone get close?
It's terrifying.
Make sure you're still alive. So
Not an ominous message at all. Tegan, don't do anything stupid. And Annalise is on a date.
You reached the voicemail of Annalise Keating.
I don't trust this guy, he's too good to be true.
You know you're leading, right?
She would.
Okay.
It's violent. You have to tell her, I mean, this is a huge secret you can't have between the two of you if you're going to move forward in your relationship one day. I don't know how Bonnie will survive it, but...
I already filed the suit, Frank.
Oh god. The truth is, Miller had nothing to do with it.
Either she goes down or it's us.
But it's going to be out you, isn't it? And they're going to think Annalise is involved.
we have on her.
You got it.
Oh god. Bonnie, what have you done?
Isn't this the penthouse?
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
Told you it was them messing with her. There's sound. They can definitely stop talking about the Sam stuff when it's being recorded with sound. How are things with Colliver? Oh, sweetheart.
I never told you about that night.
Connor didn't do anything that terrible out of all of them.
Can say everything.
You're being recorded, though, aren't you?
You want to stop loving me?
I'll never stop loving you.
Oh.
I was the one who chopped up the body.
Yep. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. He's still alive. This is good. Oliver's still alive. I was very sure he was dead from Connor's reaction.
Look at me.
Is she gonna did he do it? The episode's called I'm the Murderer. Is he gonna confess?
He's gonna be fine.
Oh god, what happened? I need to know what happened. Oliver's in shock. Connor's dying. Oh no.
Arrest me! I did it! Arrest me! I'm the murderer!
Is it? Oh god. Oh, I don't think it was Oliver now, but maybe it wasn't. That's why he's confessing, because he doesn't want Connor to go down for it. Look at what's happening. It's just the ending of that episode was too much. Honestly, like, up until that point, I was kind of thinking, oh, it's kind of a slow-moving episode. I've got to this quite late. I've got a lot to get done this weekend. Maybe I won't edit my reaction for this week. And then that ending with Colliver, at the very least, I've got to edit that, haven't I? Oh my goodness, just... Okay, so I'm going to try and focus on the actual case, because that was really interesting. And it's just such a fascinating concept, this restorative justice. I haven't necessarily heard of it before, or haven't heard of it in that way before. I mean, I've vaguely heard of it before, I think. And in so many ways, I can see the point, because the way the justice system works doesn't work. You know, people are getting long sentences for small crimes, things that don't... It's stupid. But murder, for me, is a tricky one, because you took away someone's life. Manslaughter is a different thing, but intentional murder, you took away someone's life, their future, their chance, their choices. And to an extent, I think if you commit murder, that should be life in prison. Because they lost their life, you lost yours, and you're gonna, like, I don't believe in the death penalty, I think it should just be life in prison. So I find it hard to do a restorative justice with a murder case. In a way, I think the way it happened was actually probably much better than a trial. Because everyone got to say what they thought. They got to put their feelings on the table. The family got to look him in the eye and say what they wanted to say. That often happens in shows at parole hearings, but they got to say it here and now. And he got to say he was sorry. He got to get across, you know, his feelings of remorse and shame and everything he was feeling. And in this case, he killed a kid. It wasn't in self-defense. He thought it was, which is why I think it wasn't like... I mean, okay, 20 years is a long time for murder, but it could have been longer. It wasn't, you know, the most harsh sentence he could have got. And I think that was probably a really fair sentence at the end of the day. He brought in a gun illegally and he shot someone. I mean, with the way the American news works, when, you know, Trump was saying, oh, all teachers should have guns and that will stop shootings, as if. But, you know, I'm having the gun, you get it, with America being as messed up as it is, but it doesn't excuse it, and it doesn't excuse what he did with it. So I actually think the way that worked out was much, much better than an agonising trial in which Ryan's life was probed and everything. But at the end of the day, it was the right choice. And there are other cases where I think there's probably a much more of a case for that, maybe with lesser crimes, or with crimes in which the suspect had a little bit more of a lessening, you know, there was a little bit more, there was a reason behind why they were acting, maybe they weren't well, maybe there was something else going on, they were under duress or something. I feel like there's other cases where it maybe be used to more effect in terms of having an effect on the sentence, but I actually think that was probably a really fair assessment. Then we have this whole lawsuit against the governor, which I completely understand Nate wanting to do that. I find Nate quite a frustrating character. I mean, he just gets so, I feel like, stubborn and just, I mean, he just decides something is right, and he's correct, he knows the right thing to do, and he's not going to listen to anybody else. And, you know, I get that he wants to, but I'm like, the governor was involved in what happened with his father, wasn't she? It was she and Xavier. So, and obviously Miller had nothing to do with it. I completely support wanting her to pay, but you have to consider the wider web that they're caught in, and the unfortunate truth is that within that web, his father was just an unfortunate victim. But there are so many other messes, one of which was Miller, which was Bonnie and Nate's doing, where you think if you start tugging on that string, it's all going to unravel. And there are other people's lives that you're also messing with, and I think Nate hasn't even considered that. It's not even like he said, well, you know, I think it's going to work, we've weighed the risks, I think it's going to work. He's just thought, well, I want this, I'm going to do it. And I get that, I get wanting justice for his father after everything they went through. That's still heartbreaking and heart-wrenching, but at the end of the day, you just can't do that. And so I find that very frustrating, and I feel the same with Bonnie. And I think, like, for both of them, I mean, Miller was innocent, and they murdered him. And, oh, that's another one, like, one of the many murders in this show that you actually feel bad about is Miller. And, you know, Frank knows that, and I think he and Bonnie, they probably work quite well together. They both murdered people without looking back. They know each other's darkest secrets, and I think they'd be quite good together, but he has another secret from her, and that is that Miller was innocent. And if they're going to have a long-term future, she deserves to know. Oh, especially when she keeps probing it. I mean, to an extent, I can see why they're never going to tell her, because she will kill herself if she killed this man that she'd let in and that she loved and he was innocent. And, you know, when he saw her, when Frank was attacking him, and then he saw her walk up, he probably would have thought, oh, she'll try and save me, she'll try and get an ambulance, she'll try and help me, and then she just smothered him. You know, maybe he was already dying at that point, who knows either way, but, you know, that was really messed up, and I don't see Bonnie getting through that. Only way she did get through that was by being convinced he was guilty. So this is just all a humongous mess, and I don't even know where this is going to go, and who's going to be dead in Gabriel's apartment. Because it being Gabriel is a bit too obvious, and we've seen Asher's covered in blood. Asher lives near there. Whew, okay, I'm going to get to the flash forward at the end of my ramble. And then Annalise, I think, Tegan I'm really worried about. I feel like she could spiral at any moment. They put a lot of pressure on her and I get why they did and it didn't even work. And now, I'm worried about her because she's panicking a lot and she's getting very stressed and she doesn't have the information that the rest of them have. She's not in on all of the secrets and the conspiracies. So while she's, you know, they're probably in more danger than she is, I feel like she could do something rash that could send all the dominoes tumbling. Then we have the bro wall between Asher and Gabriel and just the way they were acting like little children. If Michaela ends up with either of them, she deserves better. Any girl deserves better. They both need to grow up. Asher in particular, he has regressed massively. Like, he was like this in season 1 and then he kind of improved and now he's just regressed again and it's just, he's acting like a spoiled little brat that I want you, I love you, I deserve you. And it's just, Michaela is grown. Michaela is a woman. Michaela is an adult human who can make her own choices. Both of them need to grow up and let her do that. You know, to an extent, both of them sort of letting her know you're there for her, letting her know that, you know, like, I respect your choices, but I hope you change your mind. You know, this time there is a way you can remind her that you love her and you want to be with her without being, like, demanding and kind of invalidating her choices or just being, like, dicks. God, Asher in particular, but even Gabriel was being a little bit like picking her to be his volunteer when no one else there wanted, like, everyone else had their hands up and Michaela didn't and he picked her. Like, that's just such a bratty little thing to do that if I was her I would definitely be both of them, you know. Give her her time, give her her space and she'll make a choice that's right for her. I think out of the two of them Gabriel's the better choice, but I think realistically for Michaela, just move forward with your life, you know, like she wants to do. Leave them in the rearview mirror, they can be fond memories one day. Ugh, it's a lot of a mess. So I wasn't too fond of all of them, and I still worry about her father being out there. I don't know that we're done with him, especially as he knows there's some sort of conspiracy thing that Michaela's potentially involved in. Whew. So the governor is, I'm going all over the place here, she is looking into Bonnie and probably Annalise and everyone else, getting all the information together, which is not looking good. She's working with Xavier, new. Annalise, I really like the guy that I quite like her with Tegan, to be honest, but I like the guy that she's seeing. I think I don't see a long-term future just because of the way their lives are, how messy everything is. I think Annalise is going to either die or fake her death, so I don't know what part this dude's going to play in that unless he helps her fake her death, but it's making her happy for now and I support that, and if he is the guy he seems to be, I support that too. Nothing is going to be as simple as it seems with the Castillos and everything. The fact that this guy is pursuing her, I feel like he could be a plant. Just, I don't trust anything. I thought Emmett was really suspicious and he actually turned out to be an okay guy, so, you know, this guy's definitely going to be kind of setting off my suspicion radar. Then we have that Connor scene at the end, and, you know, in a way, I think Connor telling him that, I mean, I'm very stressed that was recorded and there'll be video evidence of Connor saying that. Hopefully that never gets in the hands of the police or the Castillos. We don't need sound on the tape, to be honest. I think we should just have film. In some ways, Ola would have always been wondering what part Connor played. You know, did he kill Sam? Maybe he knew Wes did that actually, but, you know, what did Connor do? And, you know, it's been something Connor, as we know, it's destroyed Connor a lot, what happened that night with Sam, because that's the thing he said the biggest part in, unless I'm misremembering anything, other than trying to save Wes and not telling anyone, was the whole thing with that. And then he was the one that chopped up the body, and, you know, Michaela was freaking out, Laurel was ordering them around, I can't remember, with the guy throwing firewood and stuff, you know, he did that, and it messed him up, and Oliver knows what that did to him. Oliver knows that night when he came to his door, he remembers how messed up Connor was. I don't think it will stop Oliver loving him. In some ways it will stop him wondering just what Connor did. In some ways it's horrific to have the definite evidence, but I think moving forward it'll be a huge weight off Connor that Oliver knows everything now. You know, that's the worst thing Connor's ever done, and Oliver knows it. And if Oliver sticks with him, then that shows that he's not a terrible person, that they were covering up this murder of this murderer. Because Sam was a murderer. I know he got Sam to do it, but it's like, you know, he got Sam to do it. Frank got... Oh, what am I doing? I don't even know what names I've been saying. Sam got Frank to do it, but in some ways Frank was the gun that Sam used to shoot Lila. So, you know, Sam was still a killer, he just hired someone to do it, basically. So they didn't kill a bad person. And yeah, it's all messy, but Connor is a wonderful, lovely person. And then at the end, Oliver looked in shock. Now, is that just because Connor was dragged away and arrested? Is it to do with who's dead? Did he kill the person? I mean, maybe... I was really worrying that Oliver was going to be dead just because of the strength of Connor's reaction. And I know that when Connor has reacted, Connor's reaction to trauma is to go a bit hyper, a bit crazy, and like the panic attack and everything. Like, Connor's been through too much and he's too good, and I just need him to be safe at the end of all of this. So Oliver, I mean, if he didn't do it, I think his crazy confession will probably be seen as a crazy confession. It might even be seen as damning against Connor, to be honest. But yeah, his confession was not wise, but maybe he did do it, and that's why he doesn't want to see Connor get arrested for something that he did, or maybe Connor did it, and then he oh, I don't want Connor to have done it, but maybe Connor ended up doing it and then he thinks, oh, Connor doesn't deserve to go to prison, or it was maybe it was, he feels like it was his fault the situation happened. I don't know. Who is the informant and who is dead? I mean, at this point, Gabriel still seems like the most likely suspect, but then he's the most obvious suspect. Is it actually going to be Annalise after all of this? Because that would be hilarious, but she's definitely not an FBI informant. So I don't know. I'm so stressed. I'm so excited to find out, but you know, it's one of the worst things ever. The best thing ever is when you get the episode where you find out everything, but it's also the worst because it always destroys you. So yeah, that was a fantastic episode. Thank you for watching.